Alrighty, sorry about that one, guys. No intro here. We are just rolling underway almost immediately. Straight into SXL. Spartans versus Pitt Wrath. Spartans, one of the most dominating teams so far. Coming in here with another hopefully hot game. This team has been looking absolutely insane all season long, and things really don't be looking like they're gonna change. Let's flip through though, and let's look at the histories as we get these band phase underway with Kaid and Maverick gone. Following that up, the next round's coming through. D1 standings. Right now, Spartans, top of their game, 6-0 on the season as we move in now to week 7. Pitt Wrath, 4-2. Both teams in playoff contention, looking to continue on making an impact. Bandit Flores. Looks like this attacking team of Spartans do not want to deal with any sort of utility. Now, what you expect out of Nighthaven is a typical defensive split, right? Not anymore. This map lately has become such a toss-up for the attacking team that it is not even funny. So, let's hope to see some good clips out of Spartans tonight. They do have a lot of big-name players on their side, and it's only a matter of time. They want to push that 7-0, and they do have it in them. However, Pitt Wrath, they are a team that loves to put up a good fight with Zixer, Vexy, Scarfs, Lil Sack, and Epip being the login tonight.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
However, this attacking team, they are no slouches. Noct, Squirtle, Orbital, Tack, and Oxy. Like I said, it's a pretty star-studded roster. All these dudes are absolutely insane players. And it will only be a little bit of time, like I said, y'all. The attack is going to be commencing. It is a good top floor setup so far, though. Server room with the CC side. Everybody loves this spot. It is the typical go-to defense. Good waterfall extension here from this Warden. Let's hope to see him play and play it aggressive. Does not look like they're going to be implementing much of a roam game. Everybody on this site meant to kind of buy time and slow down. They still don't even have IT while they're reinforced. That is something we will definitely be seeing the Spartans team take advantage of moving in here. Oxy going to be that hard breach. Orbital playing that Monty shield. I'm honestly kind of surprised Monty is still up on board. However, I mean, is that really shocking? They wanted to get rid of some good utility. The Flores band is a little bit surprising, but the Maverick band, he has become all too prevalent lately, and Squirtle just gonna run in and see if he can find some proc and prod kills. Nobody even standing in his way, though, as they are all just worrying more about holding sight and nobody playing down below. And Squirtle already immediately in there. They go, hey, don't even worry about it. The wall is free as it comes open instantly. Noct playing up with that Twitch drone. Squirtle already making contact through this Raptor's side. We got Orbital up top with that Monty. Squirtle finding a pick from down below. Good one to open up things for this attacking team. Very, very strong start. Noct, though, as he tries to sneak in, is found by Lil Sacky. Good swing from that Fender. Oxy is right there to clean him up. And Orbital's gonna make that rotate over to try and push. Knocks the C4 back onto Scarfs. Now Scarfs trying to run up and find a play. Will take the Monty down. Good picks coming as we see Oxy find that shotgun kill in a SMG to knock one down. Sorry guys, I got hiccups. 2v3. Tac UAV in Squirtle still left in it. Oh, let me get a drink. If my memory is serving me correctly, these two guys have been teammates for a little while now, so they can clutch it up. We see Squirtle moving in, shotgun close on Zin, but he is taken out. Scarf's playing that C4 for Raptors. That is going to be a deadly spot if we see Taku if you try and move in with that ace. That is just a calm away from an easy pick. However, Scarf's taking that up top control now, putting it back away. Gonna be setting up the swing in. Tac UAV in. IT survives the C4. Squirtle gonna drone a little bit. This teamwork has got to happen, as it is a 2v2 and you have some time. Scarf's laying damage out there. However, the ace swinging in a little bit over Zealous. Doesn't know how close the guy is on next to him. And Raptors taken down by Epip. Good swing there. Pitt Wrath looks like they want to take control of this round. Instead, now it is up to Squirtle to try and clutch it up. This is Zombie is a massive player, but a shotgun from Scarf's playing close. to find him. A very rare round loss for the side of a, yeah, I almost said AOT because Squirtle, nah, that is Spartans now. This roster, like I said, it's star-studded. I'm happy to be here casting it. It's a pretty good one. For a Monday night, this should be a heck of a game. Let me go post up the link. See if an admin wants to share that around. I'd appreciate it. And this basement now rocket its way down, or this defense now rocket its way down to basement. This is a good hold. In the way Pitt Rat seems to be playing, they might try and bunker it out, and I really don't blame them. A good bunker hold does matter. However, for an attacking team, you want them to do that, man. It gives you free range of the whole site, and then you can just make an easy push down. But it's all going to come down to how well they play this. They do have a lot set up now to deny any sort of quick entry between the Malusi, the Fenrir, and then E-Pip over on the Aruni. Jaeger still being played by Slarps. I got some hate on this on my last stream where I said I like Lamai a little more. So I may choose to resend that eventually. However, I'm not going to. Anybody who doesn't like my opinions, well, feel free to send me more DMs and try and fight me over it. I'm down. But a smart play from these Arunis to try and defend their Miras a little bit. What they are not prepared for, though, would be knocked on that Twitch. He's been such a good player with it. Got rid of a lot of utility on that last round. And once again, those Miras are just free pickings for him. Add these Fenrirs in, you know, some of these Jaeger devices. I mean, you can't stop the Twitch in this scenario. She's just going to be in there, and she's going to be aggressive with that drone. Squirtle has that second floor already locked down to himself. Nox just chilling in lobby, going to start droning out for himself. The only one off-site is Scarfs, and would you really even consider that off-site as he's only chilling for the vending stairs? Not really much of a roam. The Ram coming in, starting to rip open the top floor of IT as they have the vertical now down to sight from second floor. The vertical play here will be a massive thing. Knocked making entry now to cafeteria side. If he's not careful, Scarf could find himself some good shots. He does have a nice shield and placement on that top vending stairs. Hard to push out, but very nice to play. And he is drowned out by the Twitch. And Nox saying, yeah, screw it, I'm just going to swing him. That is a key piece of utility that you really don't want to lose. And that is the Mira now popped. And shots up below, trying to find Nox off his own vert. Squirtle just going in. He still has his breaching devices. And now we have the vertical being pulled open. You know, there's nothing to even deny wall here. So we're going to be seeing, hopefully, Oxy move up with the breach charges to start ripping that open. Even more vertical being played here by Orville as he finds one pick there on the E-Pip, just missing with sack by about a millimeter. Thought for sure if those middle bars weren't there, he would have found himself a vertical pick. And this is where not having a roam game will come back to bite you. When all hatches are open and the floor starts being played, Scarf's trying to watch out that hatch to find anybody rotating. The Grim Bee's being sent down as we see a prep execute ready to drop. But however, they're just missing Scarf in his playing style. And he's in a good spot to deny anybody's dropping. And you hear one starting to make their way down the vending stairs. Scarf still needs to be concerned. Just missing the Ash. The sprint in there. He is taken down by TAC UAV. Lil Sack finding Aussie. Orville taking Zin. And now we're into a 1v4 for Vex. And he is not in a great spot to deny the plant. And they have everybody doubled up. The vertical right above him. And Orbital will find him from upstairs. That is a little bit of that issue with trying to bunker it down. It did not work out the way they intended to, but it is what it is. Pitt Wrath now tied down 1-1 as Spartans make a dominant attacking round for that basement. All right, that went live. Hopefully we can see a going live notification in the SXL server. I mean, that's what we're here for, you know. Get some live viewers. This is a good game to catch too. We get to see maybe Spartans continue on that 6-0 path, pulling a 7-0 in the season. I mean, that would be flawless. Pretty darn close to it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Basement hold once again. Let's see how they choose to set it up. This time looks like they may be playing a little bit more vertical as the skill post is on board. And EPIP will be playing with that Solus. Now let's say Pitt, we don't really see all that often because of all the nerfs that we've been seeing from her. But it looks like hopefully a roam game. I mean, I don't want to see that many people down on site. We do need some control up top. Control down below is still required, and that's the whole point of your Mira. Then setting up that vending hold by himself. We got EPIP up in cargo and Vexy on that hard roam. And there's Whiskey Glitter. What is up, my dude? How you feeling? Welcome to some console siege. We're having a good night, and it is what it is here for the vibe. Riding high, we already have Squirtle making entry to electrical. Nobody is up there to defend and fight against it. Orbital has those drones started ripping open, I believe, down into the storage side. And they are clearing up top. Knocked pushing through lobby side to be aggressive. And just shots, I mean, ringing out as they start taking everything over. Bird control is theirs. They get live drones down onto EPIP. They now know that they are not alone. However, the vertical raining down from Orbital, finding a pick. Squirtle sneaking himself down the CC stairs. He's got the Scopos and the Solus there. Runs straight past Solus. Misses the shots. Able to hit the 360 back around on him. That is getting clipped, good sir, because that was a heck of a shot. Vexy still alive. Squirtle with 1 HP. And now this defense starting to rotate themselves back towards site. Trying to play it safe. Not overly aggressive. And Oxy able to take a pick on a little sack. That goes down that Mira. I believe she still had C4 in the pocket too when she died. No more explosives besides one more impact left on Vexy. And he's eating a ton of damage off that vertical. Not taken down, but just about. And ooh, good shots coming as we see Vex and Zin tag team up on Squirtle. 2v3 now. These attackers have the vert. They are starting to take site. Oxy is actually in now and hits Zin as he's worried about everybody up above. Nobody down with them. And a wall bang there for Vexy. Good shots by Oxy to come around here. But what we are really, really concerned about, I mean, the best part of that round, I'm going to have to say, would have to be this quick shot. Let me see if I got that clipped. Yes, I did. This just quick little flick over from Squirtle. I mean, sure, he does run right by without any care in the world. But he nails the shots when they are needed. The next set of bands is coming around. And we will see Mira and a Ram be pulled off the board. Now, that Ram has been a thorn in their side this whole time. So, good to see her gone. That Mira, she's just ever so annoying. Glad to see it going. Oh, my phone just died. That's cool. I can't update my map bands anymore.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright. Once again, the CC server side. Already, good idea to start setting up early for that IT. They almost missed those walls on that first round up here. Pit Wrath, that is not a mistake you want to see. Thankfully able to catch it early this time. Again, a setup for Waterfall with Warden. Pretty much identical to the holes that we've been seeing, except this time no Mira on board. So they're electing to drop Vexy over to the Aruni.
10 seconds to insertion.
Her gate's just pretty decent. I mean, maybe not the key piece utility that you want to bring here, but still, nonetheless,
Attackers
If you're rocking
objective
that
is to locate a
DMR and you're
bomb
hitting your
defuse
shots,
it.
it don't matter. Little Sack prepping himself a jump out. That's what we're going to pay attention to. Scarf's going for a spawn peek. And nobody else being so aggressive except for Zin, who is off site and ready to go. And it looks like Little Sack won't be able to find anybody. Scarf's, nobody's moving up on him yet. It will be momentary to see what happens. And nobody's moving in. Squirtle, the king of rushing these last couple rounds, actually staying out. We see Oxy already moving in. A good pick from TAC UAV. He pipped there for the refrag, though. Double shots coming out. Orbital now taking control of rafters like he should. That Monty in position. However, nobody else is around him. Oxy still, he's in building. You need to be up there getting walls, my dude. And finally making that rotate. That Monty, though, all on his lonesome, making a smart choice to just back off and play it safe. Now Squirtle, though, who is there for the gun up, will be swinging in tandem with them. Thermite getting main IT wall open, not going through with drones. And it looks like it'll be a hard Rafter IT side push, except we see Squirtle now making the rotate over here for the waterfall side of the map. This Monty gonna go just be aggressive enough to draw attention so that Squirtle can maybe get himself a free run up. He does get the drones in, but Scarfs is the player to worry about. Scarf's still alive, just chilling there, dancing his little Irish jig in hallway, and gets the timing on Squirtle as Squirtle comes up the stairs to a headshot, pre-fire him almost. As Knock is trying to make his way through IT, he's hitting every single Fenrir, and wall now coming open for Raptors, Moxie and Orbital, those two tandeming it up, but Orbital found through a foothold, taken out. 2v4 situation. Noct has got to make a play here with that Twitch. Instead, he takes a DMR round from a long angle. We see Scarfs trying to find himself some shots onto Oxy. Main door, Noct finds one, finds two, almost three, except Ozzy took that one. Now we're down to a 2v1 situation that was Pitt Wraths to control. They're now down on teams. Whiskey Glitter, Wild Boys has a ton of teams. They got a couple PC teams, a bunch of console ones. They were actually one of the top console leagues for orgs for a long while. Spray's coming out as Scarfs is tucked himself into the CC hallway. And with 30 seconds left on this clock now as the fuser is planted, things are not looking great. Nox still just going to keep trying to swing and bait him into it, as he wants to bump that KD a little bit. But Oxy will find him on that long angle as Scarfs tries to push forward. 3-1 currently, 2 rounds left in this half. And these dudes over here are looking mighty fine, fighting their way through. Alright, Command Center servers, trying to run it back one more time. Let's see what Pitt Wrath will be able to do here. I mean, Spartans already looking on their game tonight. Playing up to that very high level that we're pretty much used to at this point. So, hopefully some more great rounds to come from them.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, once again with this upstairs, trying to hold it down. Not really changing much up, except we see the Below Tech on Vexy with that Legion. That shotgun is just absolutely one of the most deadly, especially for an electrical hold, which is where that term got coined, playing the Below Tech. That man, I think, pulled a 4K in a matter of seconds. I say Below, not Bolo, Below, the console player, who many of you may know, at least in this community.
Left. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Eyes on the prize.
You would have to excuse me.
Is that a spawn peek? A dirty spawn peek? A C4 spawn peek from Lil Sack that could land him a good pick here. On to Thermite! C4 out! Does not even land a little bit of damage. I mean, that should have been a kill, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, this typical game will not register a direct C4 impact, and knocked up there, able to hit the re-up on the Little Sack, and main wall for IT now open. Squirtle just pushing through Lounge. Nobody down there dared to challenge. And they didn't make another good hold for this up top. The Monty has been absolutely abused so far by the whole team of Spartans. As Orbital, he's 4-2, but every round he's been on the shield, doing some good things. The Monty is now in, C4 out, falls short, does not hit. And he is just being a nuisance like normal. Scarf's pinned in, taking some damage, does manage to escape though. And E-Pip, the one-man only trying to hold out connector. Knock finds a good pick. They're getting rid of that mute. There is a player coming up for the meeting room, trying to take control of connector side. We see Squirtle bouncing around a little bit, finding a kill there. Spray out towards Zin, not able to find him. The Monty moving up on. This is a bad spot for him. He is in a 2v1, taking down Vexy now. Shotgun in hand, able to find Squirtle. Now he's got to get himself another 4K, pull us out for an ace to win this round. I honestly don't think he will be able to, but he hits a good headshot on the knock. Attack UAV just able to shut him down though. 4-1 in the current split. This Spartans team is looking absolutely on fire. And a lot of it has to do with those great plays from Oxy getting in there. He's their hard breach and he is still doing great things. Squirtle at 5-4, following him up. This team is playing very close together, KD wise, and even mentality. It's been some very hard pushes as required, and overall, just peak Siege gameplay. Ugh. Storage control room. I mean, I think that we see Pitt Wrath now pulling something off the wall to see if it'll stick. Of course, we do have to deal with 45-minute loading times between calls and PC. But storage control is always great. E-Pip gonna be rocking it out with that clash shield. We got Scarves who's hopefully playing basement. Glock with a switch and a shotgun on Pulse. Vex is setting up with the Goyo. We got Jin now playing himself a Soulless and Little Sack the Castle. One of the first times we've seen him all game. It's a very, very good operator lineup for this site in particular. Don't get me wrong, all these operators are strong. They're just not something that you usually will mix together. It's not common in typical senses, but storage control does have its own meta to play it. It's a site where you want to almost play heavy on the vert going upwards while maintaining some very strong control above. It's a weird split hold site where you got to have everybody spread out nicely. Squirtle, though, this time he's playing as Knock, Hope or Nook, whatever you want to call her. Gonna sneak through this map and be able to pull. Orbital, though, gonna be pushing upstairs. He's got drones coming in from everywhere. Oxy is just busting straight next to the site. Little Sack just standing there waiting for him. If the drone comes out, will we see a jump out? No, a pre-fire from Oxy to shut him down. He finds him on that drone. Good shots coming out. You still hear the defense trying to set up upstairs. And site honestly looks free. Squirtle sneaking himself now through the cafeteria. Nobody even playing around except for Scarves, who is downstairs in the basement with that pulse. Everybody else is holding upstairs on the vertical. If you aggress them, you can now have one player sneak down through. E-Pip getting the alert, goes in to find Oxy. Instead, Oxy gets the headshot, taking him down. Scarf still basement, live pings coming out. But they really don't have much way to counter the gunfight that Oxy has been putting up. Instead, he decides he's going to try and push down Cargo. Scarves is still down there. And it is just live ping central. Again, there's nobody even around to try and counter him. Squirtle chilling in the lounge. We see Orbital taken down by Vexy. Good quick shots with that Goyo shotgun. TCFC is a pin. And that will be Diffuser trying to be planted by TAC UAV, who now just gives up on it as soon as he realizes there's a player down in basement. SMG pistol coming out, finding one on the Oxy, but TAC is there for the re. 2v3 as we see Spartans take that map control. Zen still playing up above, trying to get pings down. Vexy going to be hopefully dropping this hatch down into billiards and to see what kind of kills he can pull. TAC UAV will shoot his Grims out everywhere, giving himself that own personal UAV. Well, actually, his team gets that personal UAV. But Zen able to almost deny it as he finds that vertical kill down onto him. Squirtle there to find Vexy. Now it is a 2v1. Diffuser is planted. And a smart play to pull that gadget out to try and find the drones. However, Noct is up there. Oh god, AR in hand, finding the headshot on the Zen before he can make a play forwards. Honestly, if that ACOG wasn't so big, he might have seen him a second earlier. But that one played in Zen's favor. The ACOG size just was not able to hit the shots straight across on the stairs. 5-1 split for a tackle on Night Haven Labs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. You know, typically you don't see an attacker's side. But Night Haven Labs has went through this dramatic change lately to where defense just is nowhere near as strong. That might have to do with the ACOGs, but it might just have to do with the mentality of the game, where we're seeing a lot more swing plays from attackers. Less playing scared, less playing for objective, and more just run and gun siege. But the Maverick and Kaid bans, those will play not too heavily into the way the current meta sits. Kaid, he is a massive ban. However, even on the board, is he really that important with the amount of EMPs you have? The Maverick ban I'm always going to enjoy after the electricity rework. And then we see Ace and Legion going, which a Legion ban just typically means that your attack team is going to play a little bit aggressive moving forward. Something that Pitt Wrath definitely has to prey on a little bit, because they just did not match the aggression of Spartans all those defensive rounds. Spartans will choose to remove the Ace, which, there's still a lot of hard breach potential on the game. As a player from Malevolent and I were talking the other day, he said, is it even worth removing a hard breacher if you're not getting rid of both primaries? It's a good idea, it's a good calm to it, because, I mean, really, is Ace that good of a ban if Thermite's on the board? Or is Thermite a good ban if you still have Ace? If you're not getting rid of both those big breaches, you didn't really accomplish much, because the other one's just going to fill his role. And now, the way that Hibana has been played lately, she's becoming a primary breacher. The ability to open full walls in a matter of seconds has just been massive. Looking at this defensive setup though so far from Spartans, at least operator-wise, expect to see some heavy aggression from Orbital. Tac UAV on the Goyo, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go up in a room. Squirtle on the Solus, that is a roamer's op if I've ever seen it, especially as of late. The way that this team has been playing, highly expect some good roam action from them.
10 seconds to insertion.
And with the prep going into kitchen like I see, that is more than likely going to be nearby to his holdout location. Because you typically won't reinforce that off, you know, they can usually mask an explosion sound. This time though, he is ready as he's going for his own little spawn peek here. Nobody else spawn peeking yet. Squirtle just hoping and praying somebody tries to address his kitchen window. Now looking at this attack team, it is a very good possibility. However, we see the Thermite starting to rip open that warehouse wall. There's one coming open, drones out from absolutely everybody. They have the Ram on board to try and take some vertical, and it looks like it will be a top-down push. Noct getting a deny off almost onto the Thermite, and that will be the main wall into sight ripped open. C4 out, does not land from him, and Oxy is taken down by Vexy. A great opening pick for them, getting rid of one of them top fraggers. And the Goyo charge did not go off on Squirtle there. A bit interesting. Orbital and Squirtle now both going to be upstairs trying to deny the second floor, and Noct hitting a quick peek and a half onto the Thermite of Little Sack. So E-Pip is somebody we need to worry about. He is on the Deimos, and we see the Goyo track coming out now. They know he's up in lounge. They know he's by himself. Orbital finding one. Noct going down, however. That is their last guy in sight taken out, and Squirtle's going to make that quick rotate down for his team. Tac UAV also dropping down. Orbital still up on the room, trying to maybe find Vexy. I don't think Vexy knows, maybe not cares where he's at, and Noct will be finished now by Scarf. However, these teams, now they know. They've had live pings to one another. Vexy going for the flash in onto Orbital. Orbital just far enough back. He's not affected. It will be a swinger's advantage here as both teams now start to play a little bit defensively. Orbital's got two up there on him between Vexy and now E-Pip up on the roam hunt. And the deathmark attempt there from E-Pip was a big thing. He wants to find him. Like, he is not an operator that you can really let just walk around freely. And we'll see Orbital pick up one for the second kill of this round. And here comes E-Pip trying to swing in. Scarf's now coming up to assist. They're going to double swing in, but it may cost them at least a life, maybe two, depending on the way Orbital swings this. Finds one, finds two to shut it out. Orbital just going absolutely nuts upstairs by himself and being a one-man army. And a great play by Squirtle down there to try and get back to his team. But just good shots coming out there for Squirtle to close out that round. I mean, just look at that, man. He was in a bad spot. Really not a position you want to be in. Almost shouldn't be in. And he still manages to make a great play out of what should have been an easy pick for those attackers. Flipping back in now. Let's see what we got coming. A command center servers hold for match point. I mean, Spartans did say they were, you know, believing to be a 7-2 or 7-3 or 7-0 game. And the beating that they supplied on their attack rounds, followed up by how good that last defense was, may just lead to that.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Typical head hold setup, and what is nice here, they still have that mirror on board. Turning out with knocked on the tuber owl, they should be able to deny breach as well as, you know, keep those mirrors alive, hopefully for a while. But Scarfs does have something he wants to say about that as he brings that Twitch out. And hopefully we'll be able to pop a mirror, maybe both. And really, that's all the more utility he's good for besides these Goyos, and it all depends on that Goyo placement. Where does he want to map? How's he going to set them up? Impact for a drone. That is a bit of odd economy, but I'm not going to hate it. Oxy, the typical Warden play, just setting up this top waterfall stairs.
Specchio active. Looking for intel.
And Squirtle will be our primary roamer. We see Orbital trying to play aggressive off of this mirror hold for IT side. Expect that to be popped as you see the thermite running up to it, because you might as well give yourself a gun alley to deny a main wall opening. E-Pip on the Blackbeard is going to be nice here. Lil Sack will start hitting that explosive from up above. And that is the main IT wall now ripped open. C4 out to try and deny, just not enough time. Squirtle finding Zin, but Vexy taking Orbital. Nice trade out of picks there. We do see the butt go down. He is a big player for an attacking team. You only lose a Mira as she has nothing left in pocket. She does have that Vector though, which is a very nice SMG for taking main gunfights like this. Blackbeard, our point man, now trying to get up and get aggressive. An attempted swing coming from the Goyo just does not hit the Blackbeard. It is a quick peek, but not a landable one. Squirtle now retaking control of electrical side to try and stop them from playing forward into him. Has the Claymore, so he knows where that's at. Impact in hand. Don't be surprised if we see a jump out from him, though, off that intel he's been provided. This attack team appears like they've lost a little bit of momentum. They're playing it very safe and very smart. However, against a team like Spartans, is safe and smart really the main way to play this? Jump in there for top Raptors. They now have him knock baited out. Taken down by Scarfs as we get a good swing off him. Vexy getting rid of that one Mira. And Squirtle is still down below playing. Hoping to find somebody as they try and do a late game rotate. Thermite going in. We see Squirtle playing below, finding a ton of damage up. Almost knocks Vexy with that impact. And with him being below, we see a play coming from the warehouse side. Lil Sack comes over to assist his team. Oxy now pinned in. Squirtle coming up the waterfall stairs. And this attack team now full stacking those warehouse Raptors. Shots coming in, hitting TAC UAV off that nice new thermite hole. And they've got to make a play out of this somehow. And here comes E-Pip as he jumps in. He is fried down between the two of them, though. A bad swing in, but a good idea at least. Oxy takes a ton of damage. He's got to hold out. So does TAC UAV. They have their swing covered. Ash is in and close, knocked out. We see Squirtle down. Vexy finished. And Scarfs does have a quick peek angle, but that will be TAC UAV losing that quick fight. And here comes a swing as Lil Sack is able to clean it up for Pitt Raft to go up another round, and he's 6-2. Will Spartans be able to close this one out quick is the question. If not, they may lose that momentum that carried them through the start of this game. I mean, 6 rounds in a row is nothing to scoff at. Excuse me, that was a burp. Loading in now, we see once again a command center, a hold, very similar operator setup from what we've seen on the last one. Let's just hope Orbital's mirror play does not hurt him that much. I mean, that last round, losing him on that first pick was definitely a bit of a bad thing. I mean, he had the right idea, just did not hit the execution as
Defenders,
needed.
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Head holes already being produced. They have the Solus still. Expect Squirtle heavy on the roam here. Something we've seen both teams playing very heavily into. Guys, was there like a hidden buff or something that I wasn't told about? Because that is really the only thing I can think of, because everybody's been bringing her. Not really something I expected either. We see T-Brow down below. I mean, they need to have somebody playing down there. Last time it was the Solus, however, whenever he made that rotate back to site, he chose to go that waterfall side, which was a good calm and a good idea.
5 seconds
However,
to go.
looking back, do you think he may have been better off to pull that connector side? You know, if he
Attackers are
comes up
moving to defuse
connector,
the
he may
bomb.
have a safer battle. Now, sure, he had that electrical control already, but if he would have maintained that E-box control, he may have stopped that Ash swing in earlier than he did. Mirror play once again set up. We see it popped almost a second into this round. Squirtle finding one. TAC UAV eating a ton of damage while up in rafters. That is the Heart Breach Thermite dead. Zin finding knock though. That AXR, a very good rifle for long angles. It does a ton of damage. Hits like a truck. However, that slow rate of fire means it is not very good for up close battling like siege maps typically come to. And Orbital still playing that pop mirror for IT. It is a good position for him. Squirtle going to be getting aggressive though, as he makes the rotate down towards those head holes that were made in the warehouse. Sees E-Pip a little bit, does some damage, not enough to take him out, and expect that impact run out, but no, he just backs off it a little bit late. I thought for sure that was the play that was going to happen, as he even had that impact in hand ready to rip.
Swapping!
Zen now trying to play in cover to make sure that nobody can rotate from that top rafters. And we see some hard breach utility from E-Pip, at least opening that wall up to make it rotatable. At least it should be. And Squirtle now playing this E-box side.
All ball guns in play.
Nobody really paying that much attention to him. We do see a lot of drone action here later in the round, which is a nice thing from Pitt Wrath. They have that team chem at least together to drone each other in a little bit. Now, angles being held. It's going to come down to how heavy do these guys want to swing. Smoke grenade coming in from Scarf. Misses Squirtle by a millimeter. And hopefully we see an IT push soon. Bexy still playing outside that warehouse, covering those top rafters. Zen coming in for a swing. Just missed by Orbital by an inch. And he no longer has that C4 in hand. There are no more C4s on board. It is only impacts for Squirtle and TAC UAV. Oxy's still doing his job, holding down that waterfall side. He does have one of the best KDs in the game right now. So it's going to be a big round from him, hopefully soon. E-Pip taking that warehouse control for top rafters. Starting to move in. We see the Ash, I think, trying to repel herself in. But I think the jump through is glitched, and Squirtle will find one onto Zen. Good pick there. A jump out from Squirtle. However, it is shut down. Orbital finding a 2K. I mean, that's the gun skill that we knew of and that we saw coming. Oxy now still setting up for that CC hallway. TAC UAV swinging out a little bit. Scarfs has got to make this top warehouse play. He is very, very worried about that deep swing out from Oxy. However, he needs to be more worried about the one playing close on him, as he takes a ton of damage from Orbital there. He is still standing upright, but just barely. There's 15 seconds left in this game. Swinging in, it's a 1v3. You can almost hear Spartans starting to chant, this is the end. TAC UAV down to a headshot, though. A swing from the mirror, baby shotgun to shut him down, as Orbital goes 11-4 on this match. Closing it out very strong. 7-2 victory in the favor of Spartans. I mean, that can pretty much go immediately into what we saw off of the predictions of the community. Pitt Wrath, they are a very solid team, but they do drop to 4-3 on the season. Meanwhile, Spartans progress up now 7-0. That was one heck of a game, and hey, Spartans, we will hopefully see you guys all next week. That's all from me tonight. Quick game, sorry about that, but it is what it is when you have one team just over domineer and blow out the other. I'm going to end it here tonight. We'll see you guys later.